and go.
Hi, Warriors. End of the year, TGIF 2022 drawing to a close. I thought I'd put something out so to give you some food for thought over the weekend and some look ahead into 2023. I want to start off with Euro Pound, which has had a huge rally over the last 2 weeks from this 85 level. If you notice, one of my favorite formations is developing here. We have a 3 drive to a top formation, which means I think that the Euro Pound could correct back down maybe towards 87, which is going to make the Euro the preferred short. So here's a look at the Euro. Still haven't been able to take out the high of the move. To me, it looks like, regardless of early week action, that there's a magnet right here where this cross is. This is right where we're about to have a golden cross. So right around the 103.20 level, which is a level that's been a very important pivot. I think that we're going to head there early next year. Most likely it's going to be a buying opportunity for higher Euro. So just wanted to point that out. I think that's a trading opportunity for the beginning of the year is the Euro pulling back. Pound has already pulled back quite a bit, but I still think there's more left. But because of the turn in EG, my preferred short right now is going to be Euro. Although I still think cable could still trade back down to 117.80. Doesn't mean I'm not bearish, but we'll see. Maybe we get better levels to sell the pound. Similar situation in Aussie. So Aussie not close to the highs of the move. I think 65.5 is doable into next year, some type of ABC. So as you can tell, the theme is maybe strengthen the dollar early in the year and then gives way to the trend that developed over the last few months towards a lower dollar. With that being said, I want to focus on what's happening here in the silver. I think this is a topping formation. It's taking its time. We had a Wile E. Coyote moment. If you are bullish silver and you're not aggressive, you don't want to short it, even though we could still take out 24.5 first. I think 22 is the magnet in silver with an outside shot for 21 sometime in January. I believe that silver will lead the sell-off over gold, although I think gold could correct as well, maybe back towards the 1740, 1750 level. And as I've said, one of the reasons is when you look at silver, let's look at it one more time. You've had these successive higher highs. Here's December. 3, almost 4 higher highs. And then look at something like First Majestic. It has not made higher highs. The Silver Juniors has not made higher highs. So the message is from the miners that there could be a pullback in metals. I'd like to see miners next year begin to outperform. I think they're going to be one of the best trades of 2023, along with the short side of the dollar. And also want everyone to stay in tune with what's happening here in yields. And yields have not turned yet. Here's your TLT. It's going to come in lower. But I do think there's going to be some type of bond buy for this type of wave. So the question I have to ask myself is if there is a bond rally and yields do start to head back down, say the 10-year is peaking up here and we're heading down to below 3%, what's going to be behind it? And what could be behind it could be some weak economic numbers. What could be behind it could be risk off in the S&Ps. I would like to see a rally early in the year up towards 39.5 to 40. And I think one of the biggest trades of the year, I don't know if it's starting now. It could be, but it's going to be in the VIX. I took a look at the VIX call options going out to March and June. And I was amazed to see huge size coming in so far out of the money calls. I mean, the 75 strike, the 100 strike. I mean, these people, that are buying these, if it's a spec and that they're, think that volatility could increase to those levels, is way out of my paradigm. Although I think that when you look at it, the VIX here, I know it looks a little messy here, you basically have a range between 20 and 35. Okay. And I do think that we could take out 35. And if that happens, a 50 VIX sounds reasonable to me. So I'll be looking for spots, especially if we get some type of rally in the S&P, which who knows how it's going to come in next week. But up towards its 39.5, if you recall, that was where the market turned bad under 39.5, and that would be a 50% retracement. They could stretch it up to 61.8, maybe even 78.6. But I'm going to try shorting this market, and I'm going to go out and buy some long-term call spreads in the VIX, maybe the Junes, buy the 30s, sell the 50s. I think that people have become a little bit spoiled with selling volatility, shorting volatility, and I've seen times where that has shifted dramatically in a short period of time, that all the shorts and vol can actually accelerate the move up in VIX. So looking for something to do there in VIX. Just want to cover also what's happening here in WTI. And a lot of people that were celebrating the reopening in China, I don't know if it's going to be a celebration. Almost feels like 2019 all over again, where when it started, this pandemic, and China's opening up. I know there's some travel restrictions, but people are going to be traveling all over the world, and not every country is going to have travel restrictions, and perhaps the supply chain issue could come up again with people not being able to work, not because they're locked down, but because they're sick. So not exactly sure what the motivation was to turn their population loose without accepting our vaccines, which I don't know, care where you come down on it. They're more effective than what China has produced. So taking a look at the gold shares, would it be great to buy Newmont back down here at 44 to 42 next year? Looking to buy breaks in the gold shares, and think that the bonds could perform pretty well. I think we could get a real nice move, and I think it's going to be accompanied by risk off for a while. So looking at the long side of bonds, long side of notes, which means I'm looking for lower yields. I think that sometime in the first quarter, we're going to see yields back under 3%. So that's my call, but let's keep it short term. And short term, Euro pound is breaking as we speak. This is something I put out a sell in our trading room. I want to invite people to come and join our trading room or someone else's trading room. And let's talk about making a change for 2023 if 2022 was not great for you. That means you have to take a step. And for people that are newer in the business, you can't read a book about brain surgery over the weekend and then walk into the operating room on Monday. But people seem to think they could do that with trading. They could read a great book by a great author on trading and they're ready to go Monday. So if that's you, stay on a demo, but find a community that can support you, where you could learn from people that are at above your level, so you rise to their level, and do something different than you did last year, and have a schedule and commit to a certain time period that you're going to be putting in your screen time, that you're going to be intelligence gathering, that you're going to be collaborating to make this year different than 2022. We invite you to be a client of TradeView Markets. They have the tightest spreads in the industry. Check them out. Leave me a message on YouTube. If you find someone with tighter spreads, let me know. I'll open an account there. And pay attention to what Mike is doing as far as being a stock picker. This is going to be a wild year. Just basically think we have one more swoosh, and then we're going to have a real dynamic move to the upside. So get your shopping list out, and I think the first quarter is going to set up some great buying opportunities. The most bullish thing the market could do, in my opinion, in the S&Ps would be for it to flush out eventually towards 3,400, 3,300, maybe in the first month or so of the year, and bottom here. And then anything that's holding October lows, like silver, I don't think silver's going to take out its October low. I don't think gold's going to take out its October low. I don't think the euro's going to take out its October low. That those are your prime candidates for buys. Should the S&P trade down there at this third drive line down at 34.5. So I want to wish everyone a happy new year. Really appreciate that you're paying attention and that we're adding some value. Mike and I are adding value to what you're attempting to accomplish as a trader. We intend to lay it all out on the court again next year. Consider joining us at TradeGATEHub and get your account set up, at least a demo of TradeView Markets. Tell the people in your life how you feel about them. They're not mind readers. And recharge over the weekend and get ready. I think this is going to be a year marked with higher volatility. It's already happening in currencies. It's already happening in metals. I think that the VIX at 20 is showing a lot of complacency, and that could be really a great trade to set up on in the first quarter, to see the VIX come out of the doldrums and squeeze the shorts on vol. And with that being said, remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. Look forward to sharing my ideas again and bringing in great guests to edify you and the TradeGATEHub community. And Happy New Year, everyone.